Alright guys, so tonight I watched another Amazon Prime horror movie that I really wanted to see called Dead and Buried. That actually is Robert Englund's, I believe, first performance or first acting in a movie, which is cool. But the thing I'm going to say about Robert Englund in this movie is that he's in this movie, but not I heard about this movie and I heard people go, yeah, Robert Englund's in it and he's great. And then I watched the movie and thought, oh, he's barely in it. Like, really, he's not in the movie much. I don't know. But this one though was an interesting watch because this is a horror movie that did have some different things about it. Like, it does start with a weird musical score that's very romantic and dramatic. It's odd that it starts at that. It again, it's a very romantic score. But then I do love the fact that they do a fake out where like it's got that romantic score and then it just cuts to this kill where it's really brutal and it really works. I like that. I like how the movie opened with that false pretense. And also, there's a lot of effective scenes in this movie. Like, there's a really effective scene of this detective checking out a dead body, and then the body just screams. Like, it was a cool moment and a quick, like, whoa moment. I did like that kind of scare. It was actually really actually effective. And the premise of the movie is about this group of townspeople murdering and taking pictures of the murders of these people before they kill them. And it's interesting because I like the fact that for a horror movie, a slasher, I like that it's like the whole town is in on it. I think that's really creepy and really cool because it's usually just like a one killer or a couple, but I like how this one is like a whole town is literally in on it. That's really awesome. And of course Robert Englund's a part of it too, which makes sense. And there's, again, I want to keep bringing up, there are creepy moments in this movie that work. Like there's one scene that's actually pretty creepy where it's about this one guy who survives in the hospital with a face mask and sees the nurse and realizes the nurse is one of the murderers that he escaped, and she's like, I'll take care of you, and then she like impales him with a scalpel in like his eye, and it's really cool and really gory and effective. Now the acting in this, for this type of movie, like I thought the acting was schlocky, but it was kind of fun. It was really silly because there's moments of acting where I did laugh because it's so over the top, but it works for this type of fun 80s horror movie where like there's a character like this family who's gonna get killed, and like before anything happens, the mom's like, what's that? Like, I thought I saw something outside, and like they're in a car, and then he says, oh honey, let's go out and check. And it's ridiculous. But I love that about it. I love the ridiculousness. And that made it entertaining. And speaking of that scene with the family, their acting is really, really good. There's a really fantastic scene of the family being chased by the townsfolk trying to kill them. And it works very well. Like, it's really creepy in how it's set up and how they're running through this, like, abandoned, like, house. And I won't spoil the reveal, but I thought that the revelation of what's going on was kind of cool. It honestly, it felt like, I don't want to say which horror movie this is, because then you'll be like, oh, I know immediately what this movie is. But, whatever, fuck it, I'll say it. It literally is a The Sixth Sense ending. Like, in a way, it's just surprising and how you're just like, what? Like, okay, it ends like that, okay. And I didn't mind that. I thought that was interesting, and it's funny that this came out before The Sixth Sense, and it does that kind of thing where you're like, oh, I didn't expect that. That's really awesome. Yeah, so this one overall was really fun, and I really did enjoy this one. Again, Robert Englund in this movie doesn't make much of a difference. Like, I heard that people like kind of praised him in it, and I was like, well, he's fine. He's just not much to him in the movie, not really at all. So that was just kind of weird. But that was one of the pulling points to make me watch this movie. But it kind of made me bummed on that end, like, oh, he's not really in the movie much at all. He's just kind of there in the background. Okay. But this was a really fun slasher with some really fun like elements to it, and I like the use of like this whole town, like townsfolk, like all being a killer. That's really cool. Like a group of killers. That's really fun. And that's cool for a horror movie. I like that a lot too. So I had a fun time with Dead and Buried. Tell me down below what you thought of this movie, and thank you guys so much for watching.